Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin, coming live to you from the United States. For those of you that usually listen, sorry, I'm on late again. I know Veronica has me set up for this live, but I could not find it in the studio today, so I had to start from scratch and set it up. So welcome and thank you all for coming. A little bit about what's going on over here. If you don't live in the US, we just got about a foot of snow and it's down in the minus temperatures here where I am. So it's been a very fun and interesting winter week for us here in Ohio, USA. For those of you that are new, I want to let you know I start things out a little bit differently in my podcast here. I want to set you guys up for success and give you a whole different concept of readings. And it's more than just sitting there and wanting an answer. It's about participating. It's about being present and being ready to receive so that you can receive even when you're not sitting here with us. Okay. So I'm going to say hi to some of the people popping on. And in the meantime, I want to invite you, make sure you have your ambiance set up. So like for me, I have some sugar-free cherry ginger ale today. I always bring a drink with me. If you have incense or crystals or a candle or wind chimes, I suggest that you set those up. Whatever makes you feel like you're setting the ambiance for yourself. So I always stall the first 5 minutes. And I share this with all of you because it's something you want to put into practice when you're not doing a reading or when you're sitting at home on your own and you're wanting to communicate with spirit or talk to your spirit guides or your angels or your loved ones, or just maybe your higher self. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and light the candle here, and I invite you all to do the same. Or if you don't have a candle and you want to go take this time to get a drink, something non-alcoholic is preferable. I recommend that you do that now. Why is this so important, and why do I take the time to do this? And some of you might get tired of hearing this, but repetition is key, and it's important to make this something that you do innately. All right, push this back so you can see the candle a little bit. Everything is energy. Everything is 99.9% space. So when you come in, think about your day before and after you go to a reading or you come to these online live readings. What is it like? Is it calm? Is it peaceful? Are you feeling good? Maybe you are. I hope you are. But for most people, they come to these online readings because they want something. They want comfort. They want answers. They want clarity. They want to feel secure and at peace. We either make decisions because we're moving into pleasure or away from pain. Those are the only two reasons we make choices. So if you come to a reading, you're either here to feel better and to get comfort and solution, or you're here because you're wanting to grow and enhance something, right? It feels good in some way. So don't leave that just up to the reader. Don't leave that just up to your spirit team. I like to remind everyone that when you come to these online readings or any reading, you are bringing your entire spirit team with you. And most people ask me, well, what is a spirit team? Your spirit team are your loved ones who have crossed over, your spirit guides, your angels, your teachers, your spiritual teachers, your spirit family, whoever's there to guide and help you, right? Your counsel, which is a whole different topic, okay? Your spirit animals, the power of your animal totems, all right? All these energies come with you, and they know where you are and when. They know you're here for a reading. So please keep in mind, if you do not get a reading today, that's okay. There will be messages that come through for you. I'm going to put some patchouli in right now. I always light some incense if I'm home. There will be answers coming through for you, suggestions, advice, guidance, comfort coming through for you, even if you do not get chosen for a personal reading. And I take the time before I do every reading. Some people get bored with this and they log off of my podcast. Great. That's your choice. But I want to empower you. And the way to empower you is to give you this information so that you can utilize it, not just when you're here in a reading, but also when you are here in a reading. Because guess what? Your energy, your frequency, your mindset determines what you get out of this, what can come through, and what you pick up on that comes through for you. And a lot of what's going to come through for you is not going to be just your personal reading. It's going to be the answers that someone else asked. It's going to be a sentence or a phrase or a symbol that comes through that someone else got called on. Okay? Now, Spirit will guide me as to who to choose as far as personal reasons, and that's not always for the person I'm reading for personally. A lot of times it is for those other people and what will come through that person's reading, so that those 3, 4, 20 other people get the message that they needed. So please keep that in mind, not just with my readings, but whenever you go to a reading or an online reading, make sure you're open to receive. So, put your hand on your heart. One of the reasons I stall the first 5 minutes is because people usually come in competitive to get a reading, anxious, wondering, are they going to get a reading today? And instead, you want to come with divine faith. You want to come in trusting the universe, trusting your spirit team, trusting that they know what you need better than you and I do. Okay? And I'm going to follow that guidance because I'm not here to please my ego or your ego. I'm here to serve spirit, and that includes your soul, your consciousness. Okay, not just your 5% of your mind that you're aware of. So I've got my incense here, my friends, my drink and my candle. I hope that you have something of the same for yourselves here. And with that, we're going to get started. I'm going to say hi to everyone. And for those of you patient enough to sit through my intro, to learn each and every week what that really means, because Spirit has asked me to share all of this with you before we get started. Spirit has asked me to help you learn to be patient, learn to slow your mental frequency so that your energetic frequency can soar. One of the purposes of meditation is to slow your brain waves and to slow your nervous system so that you can actually tune in to consciousness itself, to your higher self, to your spirit team, to your animal totems. And so when I drag you through this, slowing things down instead of rushing in and jumping into readings, I'm helping those of you who are ready to put that into practice, because when we aren't here to read for you and you need to hear your spirit team, you better know how to slow your heart rate, slow your breathing, slow your thinking, and get into a place that is for receiving. Okay, so hopefully you guys are in more of that state now so we can get started, okay? Lynette, I love your name. Welcome. Nedjan, Tammy Finch, great to see you again. Boy, you were out of here for a while. It's good to see you pop back up. Heather, let's see, Lois Blackford. Let's see, Kaylin Brown. I think I need to start bringing my glasses. Sue, Maria Zubak, Sharon, pardon my crazy American accent if you're not from the U.S., Maria, Rose, welcome everybody. Autumn, good to see you again. Sharon, Christine Campbell, Janet Cooper, Chloe Gregory. Oh, I love that name. Such a beautiful name. Carrie Dutton, Charlene. My mom's name is Carlene. I love that name. Let's see here. Anybody else I missed up here? There might be. Okay, let me scroll on down. So I'm going to go ahead and star some of the ones that come to mind. And remember, guys, I am choosing where spirit is guiding me, okay? Hi, Isabel. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alethea, Brenda, Suzanne, Libby, Natasha. Guys, if you're still in a place of feeling like needy or panicked to get a reading, remember the best place to receive is to be relaxed and to be trusting. And that's one of the reasons I really am holding space for all of you to take that time. I'm not going to rush. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Great to see you, Teresa. I was thinking about you today. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Libby. All right. So let me go up here. Let's see. Alethea, good to hear from you. So, guys, as I'm scrolling up and marking who I'm going to read first, candles lit. Yes, Lois. Awesome. I want to remind you guys, I still haven't posted it yet. I'll try to get it done this week. I'm going to have a Meet Your Spirit Guides event again. It's free, totally free in February. So go to my Larkin Psychic Medium page down here if you like and follow. And then if you watch the video from 3 years ago where I'm in my blue and pink plaid shirt at the barn, I answer all your basic questions about spirit guides. Listen to that first. And if that resonates with you and you would like to learn to better connect with your spirit guides, I only take 20 people for this free event. I highly recommend you sign up because I literally teach you how to get proof and validation that your spirit guides are real and how they personally want to connect with you. Okay. It's a process, doesn't happen overnight. So you might as well get started now. All right. Let's see here. All right. I will be asking you guys, let's see. Oh, Lois, when will I be releasing my registration for that? Thank you for asking. I will do that this week. Guys, I apologize. I've started taking care of both of my parents and they live across town. My horses are almost an hour away and I'm trying to cut down the days I have to be there because they're like a full-time job. So I've had to take sort of a setback the past few months. And I actually have an Awakening Your Intuition program that I have amazing people that are waiting for me to get back to them this week. We're going to pick back up. It's an online course with a weekly meeting. And so I'll be sharing that as well and getting back to our free discovery calls. So I'm slowly getting back in the mix of this, but it's been a really challenging few months for me. So I am running behind and I do sincerely apologize for that. Okay. Just thank you for your patience. You guys are all so wonderful. Okay. Let's see. So let's do this first. Maria Scorpio, will you let me know if you are still in the chat, please? Let me know. I have a couple things from you that you're asking. Let's see. I think we went over this some before, but we'll touch base on this if you're still there. Let's see. Working as a preschool teacher. Okay. Let's see. Maria Scorpio, let me know if you're still there. I'm going to scroll down and see if you're there. You're here. Great. Okay. So first of all, you asked, do I see you having any kids? You're 33 going on 44. Okay. So I find this question funny. I just turned 50 and I have to say, I want to say a couple of things. Yes, our physiological bodies age and it becomes harder to have children. And what I find is that most people that come to me with that question in their 30s and 40s are freaking out. Okay. And I want to just let you know that don't let that freak you out. Don't let society push that freak you out. Okay. First of all, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. Okay. If not, you have some other purpose with which to fill it. All right. That's not, I'm going to answer your question more specifically, but this is more kind of for everyone as well. Okay. I had several friends and relatives who had babies naturally and healthily in their early 50s. So understand that people are getting healthy. They're doing things longer. I understand that society in general and the medical community, for biological reasons and statistics, really look down on that. I know a lot of friends who had babies over 36 who, were mistreated by their medical community and their friends because they were told they were so old. Um, but let me tell you, like, this is don't let society dictate how you feel. Don't panic at 34 because you haven't had children. Okay. It's, there are a lot of people having babies older now. And it is better for you to relax and allow things to come to you and trust. Things will come to you. Humans have this thing about speed because our ego, it's not your consciousness. And this is not just for Maria, guys. This is Maria's reading, but all of you should be listening to this. You're never late with things in life. Okay. We always say, oh my gosh, like, I didn't get married till 44 and I felt like I was so behind. We're never behind because there is divine timing. And what you need to know is there when you need to know it. One of my great teachers, George Emery, taught that to me decades ago. We live in a world that makes billions of dollars over making you feel old. And I'm not saying you feel old, Maria Scorpio, but I'm being asked to share all of this. Okay, again, one person's reading serves many. Don't let that multi-billion dollar industry make you feel old or panic. Narrow down your focus to your life and learn to relax and trust in divine timing. Okay? I see two very bright and very present souls that want to come into your life. We choose our parents, we choose our children via souls. Okay? And I see that match, and you have the option, they have the option to stick with that or to change that. Nothing is set in stone. Okay? But as of right now, I see these two souls that are aligned with you as a parent. Okay, so yes, I see that potential. I would not worry about that unless you change your mind as to otherwise. If they change their mind, then another soul will come and match up with you. Okay, but typically, not always, we have souls that come from our soul community that come to us as children or become our parents or our relatives. Okay, there's always a purpose with it and choices that were made as souls. So I wouldn't worry about that. And don't worry about the pressures of being in your 30s. I mean, like I said, most of my cousins had their kids in their mid to late 40s. Naturally, no problems. So let's not get too caught up in this money-making industry that makes you feel old after 30. And I see that a lot. And I have coaching clients that have depression because of it. So let's not go there. Okay, let's work with your spirit team and free yourself from that. As far as looking for a job, I am being shown you're too concerned about it. And when we want something too much, it blocks it from coming. It slows it down. As a mindset and manifesting coach, people ask me all the time, why are things taking me so long? Sometimes it's other factors, but most of the time it's us choosing the timing by our mindset and the vibration we're sending out. As Abraham Hicks says, every subject is two subjects. So when the more we want something, the more there is an opposing side to resist it. Does that make sense? The more we want something, the more there is the equal and opposite reaction to resist it. So what we have to do is first surrender to where we are now in the moment. This is where Eckhart Tolle's teaching of being present and being in the now is so powerful. Okay, that's the first thing. And then we have to trust in divine timing. Trust that everything is always working out for you. And I don't mean just say it or think it. I mean, you have to really believe it. And then we have to apply gratitude as though it is already done. Be grateful for the moment as it is. And those future moments manifest more quickly and easily. Okay. Be specific in your visualizations, Maria. That's great. But understand that what you really want, it's the best way to put this. I say this so many times a week, and I'm still looking for the right way to say it for you, with exactly what your spirit team wants to share. So it comes out for you specifically. When we hold on too tightly to measuring how things are working out for us, we usually block it. You have to allow the universe to surprise you, because the universe knows better. Your spirit team knows better how to manifest what you're wanting. What we want is the feeling of what it is we want. So we tend to envision and choose what we think will give us how we want to feel. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, go back and replay this later, okay? Mark the timer of this, and it's 20 minutes, 21 minutes and 54 seconds, okay? Because when it doesn't manifest the way we want, when we want, what do? We measure it. Oh my God, this hasn't happened yet. Oh my God, I want to have kids and I'm not married yet and I'm 34. Or, oh my God, I want this job and it hasn't happened yet and I've been looking for 3 years. If it seems to be perpetuated, then it's something in your mindset, in your vibration, that needs to shift. Okay, do those 3 things. This is the recipe your spirit guides have been trying to help you with. Okay, you surrender to the moment and accept it as it is. You are grateful for the moment exactly as it is, and you have trust and faith in the universe. Okay. And then you can notice and observe the action steps and changes and choices that you need to make in order to allow it to manifest. Okay. Get Abraham's book, The Art of Allowing. Okay. Because it's not so much the manifesting where people go wrong, it's the allowing themselves to receive. Okay. Know, Maria, that you got your spirit team with you. They are strong. 3 spirit guides really backing you. They just want you to be able to stop thinking so much about this so that you're open to receive their guidance and allow it in, especially with the job. Okay. Yes, you will get it, but you have to understand that spirit is working outside of space and time. And our hanging on to knowing the when causes a lot of problems because it's part of your measuring. They're telling me, stop asking when. And this isn't me as a reader finding an excuse not to tell you. I'm just telling you, take it or leave it. I'm telling you what they're telling me. And I'm not going to make something up so that my ego feels more secure. What they're telling me is, where you are with your lessons, is you need to stop asking when. And you need to start looking at what you have now and being so grateful for it now. Be grateful for your job as a preschool teacher. Treasure it as though it was slipping away. Treasure the moments you have with it, because it's not going to be there forever. As you start to do that and you're grateful for that, what you're going to find is that new job presents itself. Do you see the difference? Right now you're going, when is the new job coming? That is going to put you, man, the law of attraction works is like attracts like. Okay. And there's hundreds of other universal laws. But the point is your vibration right now is saying, I'm here, but when is that coming? That will, where you are in the present, because the power of now means the present is the most powerful place to manifest. So if in the now you are saying, when is this new job coming? You will forever be saying, when is this new job coming? Because there is no future and there is no past. There's only now. So if you want that new job to come in, you have to complete where you are now. And this means being present with where you are now, so that everything that needs to come into fruition for that can be full and come to life. And then what's going to happen is that new job is going to come and you're going to miss where you are, because that's how it works. Okay. So allow that to happen, because you're creating your own blocks. The sooner you can do that, the sooner it's going to come. Okay. We get too caught up in time. That's what your spirit team is telling me. I have never known them to be wrong in my whole life of doing this. I can be wrong, but your spirit team isn't. Okay. So trust with that. Come back, keep me posted. And if you want to learn more about your spirit team and your spirit guides, go to my Larkin Psychic Medium page and watch that video I have pinned to the top in the blue and pink plaid, talking all about spirit guides. Okay. And then if you like that, when I put up the registration this week, go ahead and sign up for one of those 20 free spaces. Okay. And you'll be able to work with them more closely. Let me see what you say here. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I wait and let it come through before I go to your comments because I don't want to get distracted. You do want to, okay. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Well then, go ahead and go to the Psychic Medium page, Maria, and watch that video. And I will, let's see, when do I have to go to the barn? So either tonight or Friday, I will put that registration up. Okay, really helpful. Got it? You totally agree? Yes? Awesome. Mwah. Okay, Maria, keep me posted, okay? Thank you so much. And guys, I hope all of you were listening because embedded in that message was so good for all of you, okay? Yes, it's okay, Maria. As far as your 2020 situation, it's okay. There, you've got these two souls waiting for you. Everything works out as it is supposed to, okay? Super Doogie, no, this is not a, well, it is partly, I guess it is a training, lessons and learning from spirit. So yes, you can absolutely learn from this. This is lessons, learning, and reading. So it's everything combined in one. That's what spirit asked me to do. Great question. Hi, Rebecca from Spain. Great to see you. Let's see. Nejin, are you here? Nejin, are you here? Let me see here. Kweezy. Hi, Kweezy. Yes, I got you starred. You're welcome, Maria. It's so great to see you. I hope to see you in the Meet Your Spirit Guides. Don't forget, guys, like and follow my Psychic Medium pages down here if you want to watch that video on Spirit Guides. It's amazing. It's going to answer most of your questions. And then if you want to sign up, you can for the Meet Your Spirit Guides. Norway, Maria, I love it. I wish I could live there. I'm telling you. All right. So, Nejin, this is a really great question. Is it cold in Scotland, Rose? I have to say this. I lived in Scotland for 4 years. It does not actually get as cold as it does over here. It's like -0 tonight. But the wind chill and the dampness make it so cold. I was freezing the whole time I was in Scotland. And I used to do outdoor survival camping in like 0-degree weather. I can't do it anymore. I came home just freezing. But I miss Scotland so much. All right. So, and you're from Sweden, Nejin? Yes, I remember. Wonderful. I really want to live over there, guys, but not ever going to happen. You gotta do a lot for citizenship over there. All right. So, so let's talk for just a moment about this because I think this is a great question. Your guest, awesome. I would love that. Thank you, Nejin. So. Scotland is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I don't mind the rain anymore. So there are a lot of changes going on in the world right now. And we need to really broaden our perspective. I think for those of us that communicate with the other side, that have a much bigger picture on things, and I'd have to say also more of a neutral perspective, because outside of space and time, outside of this realm, good and bad are of the same. I know I do air quotes all the time, but really, to be specific, good and bad are of this world. It's our way of defining two opposing energies, but we need both. They're same of the whole, right? We come into an incarnated form so that we can experience contrast, as Abraham Hicks says. So when we're talking about, the economy, understand that money is just energy, and it is not good or bad. It is neutral. And it dictates and shows us where we are as humanity or a society consciously, how it is being used. Okay. The economy, unfortunately, is a dimension that most asleep human beings, or most humans who are still asleep, only see that dimension. They don't see the other dimensions or where it comes from. The economy, just like money, is just a manifestation of our conscious state of energy. So throughout history, we have had ups and downs of the economy. We have had a small handful of people controlling the economy and the money of the world. This is still happening. This is part of our blueprint as humans and part of our structure for conscious awakening. So we're going through another one of those cycles. And what we really need to be looking at if we want the economy to come through and evolve is we need to understand that these cycles are going to continue to happen but spiral up as more and more people consciously awaken. So what can you do to contribute to that? Be as conscious as you can. That means be introspective, learn to be present, learn self-control. I see a lot of people are dropping off here. Guys, this is important. If you're like, oh, well, okay, she's answering this person's question, I'm not interested, I'm moving on. Maybe that's not why some people are leaving. But you need to understand this is the crux of what's important. This is why I want to empower you all to wake up to who you are, to find your power. Because the more of you consciously awaking and connect with who you are, the more of you learn to reclaim and step in your own power, the more of you learn to remember who you are as a soul, the more of you who learn to connect and hear with your spirit team, the more you are holding space for others to consciously awaken. The solution to the economy is the result of conscious awakening. And we're going to continue to cycle like this until we awaken more and awaken more and awaken more. And each person is significant. Each soul matters. There's a huge line of souls wanting to incarnate in this world right now in various time slots. And so if you are here, it is by grace, it is a gift. Okay, so don't just look at the economy as those who are asleep do. It's not just about the economy. The economy is a reflection of the consciousness. And you can do your part by waking up yourself and making more powerful choices. And as we do that, we make it easier for others to awaken. Okay. Let's see. Kaylee Brown says, I agree with you, girl. Okay, awesome. Nedjan, I'm glad you're there. That's fantastic. Thank you, guys. I'm glad this is resonating with some of you because, again, Spirit knows who's here, guys. And it's going to be speaking to those of you that need to hear this. Okay, Autumn Shimp, I'm glad you resonate with this too. That's wonderful. Yay. Okay, Freyo, I have you starred. Sorry, guys, I'm not reading all your comments out loud. I have 25 minutes and I'm going to keep my promise and get on here more often. I'm going to be getting back on my Powerful Choices page for more coaching lives and readings on my Psychic Medium page. This snowstorm threw me back a week, so just bear with me, guys, while I try to get my schedule in order, incorporating my parents. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, hold on, I'm scrolling back up here. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking for what I starred here. Let's see. Okay. Bye, Chloe Gregory. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. All right, Lois, I see you here. All right, I'm going to get back to you. I just starred you, Lois. Let me go back up here. Okay. You're welcome, Kawizi. Okay. So, Kawizi, are you still there, please? And Nedjan, thank you for showing that question. It was very important. Do you we talked a little bit next time. You're welcome, Lois. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Hi, Jacqueline. Is it Jacqueline or Jacqueline? My aunt from France, her name was Jacqueline. Let's see. I see you, Dom. Okay, guys, I'm trying to get in as many as possible. So Kawezi, are you still there? Just make sure I know you're still there, please. Thank you, Charlene. I love your little emojis. Um, let's see here. Starring you guys. Let's see. You're there. Okay, wonderful. Okay, wait, let me scroll up here. I was supposed to star something else. You're welcome, Nejin. Okay. I'm going to try to get to all of you guys. I apologize ahead of time if I don't, but I try. I always have to cut off what's coming in. Kellyanne, hello. All right, so Kweezy, wonderful. So as we got off last week, Kweezy, and I was talking to you about, you're always so interested and interactive on here, and it's so powerful. And that, one of the reasons is, and one of the things that your spirit guides and your grandma are both really encouraging is, for you to be on for these readings, more so that you can get validation and recognize what you are receiving already, and to really validate for yourself and awaken your own intuitive abilities. This is really, really powerful. I'm being shown, and your grandma's been trying to show you this as well. There is a community around you, Kweezy, not all of whom believe in this type of thing, or would believe in, if you were all of a sudden starting to read for them or point things out, you might find that they weren't all in. They might not be like, oh yeah, but I'm showing a circle of people around you that actually need these gifts, it's twofold. It's to help you start to awaken them and build your confidence in them, because even from what you said last week, as I was sharing with you, that these gifts need to awaken in you. It's time. It is time. And that's one of the things your grandma is trying to come through with you. Her love for you is so absolutely profound, and she has so much faith and trust in you. She's just has this most beautiful glowing smile. And as I'm sharing this with you and she's seeing this validation awaken you, and I did share last week that you have dreams about her. That's where we left off last week, is that you have these dreams. I see you, Kellyanne. I'm trying to star everybody on here, okay? That you do have these dreams about her. And it's because, last week we went into the difference between dreams and visitations and you being in the astral plane with loved ones or angels and spirit guides. So if you guys need a refresher on that, go back to my live from last week. I went into that in more detail. So yes, she is coming to you in dreams, Kweezy, but she's also meeting with you almost every single night in the astral plane, which means that it's not just her coming to you. It means when your subconscious mind, that 95% of your mind you're not aware of, is asleep, and your brain waves are slow enough, you consciously, your spirit doesn't leave your body, but your body's also inside of your spirit. Your consciousness focuses on the astral plane, which is the plane where all different dimensions can meet and interact. And you spend so much time with your grandmother. She's actually showing me that a lot of these gifts and abilities come through her. And so it's one of the reasons why, although she's not technically a spirit guide, she's a family love and guide now for you on the other side. And her primary job is to help support you in building your confidence and your awakening to who you truly are. Everything she says right now, she's telling me everything that has happened in your life has led up to your awakening and remembering who you are as a soul. Not getting too caught up in who you are as a person, but that who you are as a person is a manifestation of that soul. It's a vehicle for that soul to manifest. Okay. And so when she comes to you in dreams, It is, and she wants me to clarify this for you right now. She's so cute. I love her. I love her energy. I love her joy. I love her faith and belief in you. It tickles me so much. I have chills. It makes me want to laugh right now. She's very joyful about you. And she's always been joyful about you. She's always been hopeful and believed in you and your awakening. And so I see her as like this old wisdom keeper now. They're guiding you and supervising and working closely with your spirit guides. And she wants you to step into that power. So when she comes to you in a dream, that is a combination of your thoughts and memories and your processing of this, its filing system in your dreams, which is often what our dreams are, and her visiting you and helping you remain conscious about that. She does not want you to forget. She's like, I'm not going to let him forget who he is and why he's here. Okay. But then when you meet in the astral plane, that's beyond just a dream. That's your soul actually interacting with her. That's you guys having talks and playing games and practicing. That's you guys going back and doing things like you do in the non-physical world together to help awaken and remember things when you're here. So you are very, very, very busy, Kawisi. When you're dreaming, when you're asleep, you are more busy at night in the astral plane with your grandmother and all the different teachers that she's taking you around to jog your cosmic memory in this world than you are when you're awake. Okay. She says you need to start journaling. You need to start reading the things that you're drawn to. You need to start doing some physical things that will free you, she says, liberate you from some of the mental limitations that we all have as humans that you're unaware of. Okay. Does that make sense? Let's see. Spot on. And I saw her at a funeral. Aha. Saw her at the funeral. Okay. So I'm asking her in side conversations. I'm asking her right now in a side conversation. Hi, Melissa. Great to see you. What does that mean as far as your clairs? Because you said you saw her at a funeral. You're kissing her cheeks and you miss her. Yes. And you guys, yes. And you do this in the astral plane as well. Okay. So two things. Number one, guys, this is for all of you, not just Kawisi. This is, remember I said your spirit team knows who's here. So those of you listening, you're not getting a personal reading right now. Take this to heart. Okay. When we miss someone, it helps us keep our attention on them and on our healing process and what we need to learn to go deeper. That's what they're telling me right now, word for word. Okay. She's explaining this to me. The missing has a purpose. It's not just to experience contrast. It's also to keep you from getting distracted. It's also to keep you focused. Okay. Hi, Abby. Welcome. Okay. Let's see. So this is very, very important. And the other thing is you need to be doing something physical. Hi, Alethea. Welcome. You need to be doing something physical to really jog yourself free of some of the mental states that you get in so that you're not caught there. Guys, every obstacle is an opportunity. And so your grandma is constantly reminding you, don't just look at the limitations or the blocks you feel you have or the things that seem to be a challenge. Look at what is it pointing to? What is it telling you? Where is it guiding you? Okay. I can give you guidance through this. I can validate, your grandmother and your spirit team and what you're picking up on, but you must walk the path, Kawisi. And this is something she always shares with you. You alone must walk your path because each and every one of you has a very, very unique path. Okay. Each and every one of you. And so, this is really important that you take this to heart. Okay. So Kawisi, your instructions from her are get physical, go do something, work out, run, do yoga, do Tai Chi, do something, journal, find the books that call your name. Get a variety of things going. Don't wear yourself out in one area. Don't follow what anybody is saying. Learn to trust that intuition. Okay. This is very important that you do that. And guys, intuition is the foundation for all psychic abilities. So the reason I have the Awakening Your Intuition online course and weekly meetup is because those people are wanting to awaken their intuition so they can use it for whatever, however they want to, as far as building their confidence and remembering who they are and applying it in their life. Okay. So Kawizi, follow those instructions. Keep me posted. Catch me on my other lives that I'm going to pick back up on doing. Okay. And keep me posted. Your grandmother's going to stay right there by your side with you. But you got to take these next steps in your choices in this physical world so that you can start getting confidence and validation in the physical world. Okay. Thank you for letting me read for you. And thank you for joining me and for your patience. I love your grandmother, and I'm going to send her off with you now. Okay. All right. So wonderful. All right, guys, I got 15 minutes and lots of things to cover here. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. I got to scroll up. They asked me to scroll up here. I'm just doing what they're guiding me to do. I have to go up to where I started up here. Let's see. Okay, so let's do, I'm going to try to get to you, Kaylee Brown. Next, let me get here. Sharon, are you still here, Sharon? Guys, I'm not trying to ignore any of your comments. I'm just trying to get through as many of you as I can in the next 13 minutes. And then don't forget, if you like and follow my Psychic Medium page, I will be starting up doing more lives, probably, I don't know what day, maybe Friday, maybe Monday, and another day on here. But if you like and follow that, you'll get to see when that is. Okay. I see you, Abby. Charlene, you're here. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Is your mom messing with your lights? Okay. Let me check in here. I love your mom. So much love here. So let me comment on this with the lights. First of all, your mom says yes, but let me make a side comments about life. Okay. Thank you, Kelly Brown. That was an amazing reading. I love his grandma. So let me make a comment about lights. First of all, yes, your mom is messing with your lights, but I want to say a couple things about lights. This is just for everyone. We have to be very careful. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let's see. No. Sorry, guys. The people that are supposed to be feeding at the barn just asked me if I was feeding at the barn, and I'm not. I'm doing this now on Wednesdays. Want to make sure the horses got fed. Okay. Sorry about that. I always get an interruption. So the thing about lights, guys, is we have to be very careful not to mix, although your mom is playing with your lights, not to mix Hollywood with reality. Okay. That's really important. And you can learn to differentiate as you learn to tune into your own intuition, as you learn to ask your loved ones and your spirit guides, which often when it's someone we're missing that we're close to, it's harder for us to hear, which is why it helps coming to a reader, right? Because we're obviously so connected and want to hear from them so badly. Sometimes that sort of blocks us. But I think that we need to be very careful that every time lights go off or something happens, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a loved one. It doesn't necessarily mean it's our angels or spirit guides either. Okay. Your mom is trying to get through to you with lights. Yes. So let's talk about why those in non-physical use electricity not just lights. Why do they use electricity to get our attention? First of all, they usually try other things first. So if your mind is too busy, if you're not still, if your nervous system is not relaxed enough, if you're always in a high gear in your mind and you're in a much like you're not matching up with their frequency, you're trying too hard, any of those things that are blocking hearing from your spirit team or your loved ones, what ends up happening is then they're like, okay, well, how do we get their attention? With me, a lot of times the attention is they use nature because I'm very into nature. I communicate with animals. Sometimes they'll use dreams. Sometimes they'll use physical things like numbers. They will use whatever gets your attention. Okay. So obviously, Sharon, in your case, your mom has been trying to talk to you, has been trying to let you know she's there, has been trying to get through to you in other ways. She's even come to you in dreams. But when you're waking up from those dreams, you're like missing her or thinking of her and feeling things emotionally, but you're not necessarily remembering the dreams. Okay. So electricity is a great way to get your attention, lights especially, because you can't avoid that, right? If a TV blinks on and off, if lights start flashing, if it's somebody's birthday or a special day and a particular light goes out or goes on, then that's going to get your attention. So your mom is using lights to try to get your attention. And often, my friends, when they use lights, it's either to get the attention of multiple people, like more than just one person, a family, or electrical devices, okay, to try to get your attention. And obviously it has worked and it's brought you here. Okay. So please know that yes, that works. Hi, Amy Jones. Welcome. So yes, she's trying to get through to you. The first thing people want, Sharon, is our loved ones on the other side want, hi, Geraldine, is they want you to know that they're there. And so the main thing right now, Sharon, that your mom is wanting is she's just wanting you to know that she is present with you, that she can hear you, that she's trying to get your attention, that, she is responding to what you're saying. Here's my recommendation. Before I go on to the next person, because I'm going to try to get as many of you as I can in here tonight in the 10 minutes I have left. One of the things that she's recommending, Sharon, and you'll hear me say this to a lot of people, but Spirit often recommends this stuff. They recommend that you journal, that you write. Then that way you can start to differentiate your thoughts from your imagination. Okay. And your imagination is real, guys. Imagination is how we're able to see our loved ones or sense our loved ones. Imagination isn't pretend. Imagination is actually, imagination is you being able to image what is coming through. Okay. So that's very important. So I want to recommend to you that you journal, that you take silent walks or spend quiet time. It is the first thought or answer that you get, Sharon, that works for you. Okay, that's her coming through. If you got a split second to think about something, this is true for all of you, then you can kind of be like, wait, was that really her? Or which thing was it? But if you actually, that first you ask a question, boom, it comes in right away. That first thing is her. And ask her. This is for all of you guys. This is stuff I work on my awakening your intuition clients with. Ask for validation. Say, make it really obvious. I know that I miss things. Make it so obvious it's going to hit me in the face. Okay. And you will get some validation. All right. You will get validation. Does this resonate with you, Sharon? I hope this resonates with you. She also, let's see. She also tries to come through. She says to you with sounds. So unusual noises, unusual sounds, songs, things like that. Okay. So keep an eye out for that. And please come back and keep me posted. Like and follow my psychic medium page, as I'm going to have the Meet Your Spirit Guides event on there. I'm going to have, not on there, but the registration. Listen to the Meet Your Spirit Guides video, guys, pinned at the top with my blue and pink plaid shirt so you can learn more about how to connect with your spirit guides. A lot of that communicating from the other side also relates to your loved ones. Okay. So keep me posted, Sharon. Going to send your mom with you. Thank you for letting me read for you today. All right. You're welcome, Sharon. All right, guys. I've got 5 more minutes. See, I actually only have 4, but I'm dragging it out here. Oh gosh, you guys, there's so many things. I'm going to try to go back into the comments later and respond to some of you if I run out of time, because I don't have time to read all your comments and respond to all of you guys. Okay, so I want to make sure that I get to do that. Let's see. Lois, I'm not sure if this is the one I started a couple of yours. But she says, my spirit team's definitely trying to connect with me with numbers, always seeing double digits on my phone. Is this anyone specific in my spirit team? So Lois, again, this is what I do highly recommend keeping an eye out on my page. Let's see, because you would really benefit from the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. Like I said, it's absolutely free. And I want you to learn and discover that for yourself. Okay. So you're just like, you said it's really seems like every hour I'm seeing them. I do look up the numbers and seeing the reasonings, but I'd love to learn more about it. Perfect. So definitely keep an eye on my page, like and follow it so you can join the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. If you haven't already, watch that video that I made that's pinned to the top in that blue and pink shirt, because your spirit team will use different things, but it's very specific to you. Okay. So if they're using numbers and you're able to see them, you're at a whole different level than people that they're coming to the Meet Your Spirit Guides because they don't even know, they want proof that they even have spirit guides. Okay. You're obviously already getting proof that you have spirit guides, which is amazing. So this is for beginners and more advanced people. You're already at the phase, Lois, where you know you have spirit guides. So you'll be learning more about how they connect with you, how to communicate with them more in depth for yourself. Okay. So that's very important. I would log and jot all these things down, Lois. And the more you respond to them and what they're sharing with you, the more they're going to give you, the more intricate your interactions are going to be. Okay. Practice makes perfect. So the more you practice with them, the better this connection is going to get. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Thank you, Lois. I can't wait to see you in this event. Let's see. Kelly, the story about the moth is amazing. That is so powerful. I love that. All right, guys, I'm going to scroll up here. I start a couple other people up here and I only have 2 minutes left. So guys, as I'm scrolling here to pick my last couple people, if you did not get a reading today, remember that that Veronica has the best readers I've ever met on here. She's very particular about who she chooses. So if you did not get chosen by Spirit for a reading today, know that Spirit sees you and knows you want a reading, and we'll find the perfect time and the perfect reader for you to receive that reading. Okay. If you want to connect more with me, make sure you like and follow my Psychic Medium page. I'm here every Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to choose another day to read on Veronica's page, but I also do readings on my other page as well. Okay. So you guys will get a reading. Don't worry. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm looking at, sorry, hold on here. I'm checking out something. I don't understand, Alethea, what your question is. What is your question, Alethea, if you're still here? Please, Larkin, I have this lady I care for. Let's see, I care for here with me listening. It was her 83rd birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. And she has lost her children. That's why I'm here in her house caring for them. But her husband passed, let's see, the day before her birthday. She needs this reading so she doesn't blame herself. Okay, so I think this is really important. And I thank you guys for coming. I wish actually I wish I had more time on this. So I'm going to do some of this now, and then if you can find me during, I'm going to post on my psychic medium page when I'm going to be doing readings on there. And I'll be back here next Wednesday and other days here. Um, so we can do this more in depth, or you might find another reader to also do this more in depth. So I'm going to do a little short bit on this now. This isn't everything. Obviously, the free online readings aren't everything, but I'm going to do what I can for here right now since Spirit drew me here. Okay. Let's see. Alethea, can you drop her name in the comments, please, and that of her husband for me? Sometimes I get names, guys, but sometimes that's not what comes through. Sometimes they come through on more of a feeling level. Um, let's see. Alethea, if you're still here. Hi, Rebecca. Let's see here. Hi, Jason. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alethea, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here, Alethea. I hope you are. Hi, Jean. Welcome. So, guys, I'm just waiting to see if Alethea is still on here. As I'm actually over my time. This is on Veronica's page, but guys, while I'm waiting, I'm going to give Alethea another minute or two here. If you follow me on my psychic medium page, I am going to be doing more readings there and another day here, probably on Fridays. So I will try to get to those of you I did not get today. Oh, you're here. Good. Sue and Carl. Okay, wonderful. Because I'd like to spend more time on this, but I don't know if there's someone after here, and I don't want to screw up Veronica's schedule on here. So I try to, if I do it before 5, I try to be really respectful of that. So I have to keep this short. Carl was my grandfather, my uncle's name. I love that. That's beautiful. So Sue, welcome. Happy belated birthday. I want to say that I want to remind you of a couple of things. So listen very closely, okay? Blaming yourself. I'm going to talk about that for a moment. That's what we call guilt. And it's very common when somebody passes away, or even our beloved pet passes away. Sorry, I have a hair in my eye. It is very natural for the egoic self to blame themselves. Okay. So this is not uncommon. It's actually a phase of grief, Sue. Okay. Probably no matter what your circumstances, you would blame yourself because it is a part of grief. And the egoic mind that 95% we're not aware of always finds a way to blame ourselves for something with our loved ones. Okay. And as I connect with Carl, first of all, the first and foremost thing he wants you to know is that he is present with you, and it's hard for him to get through to you because of your grief. Okay, but it doesn't mean that he's not there. All right. I'm going to share this as well because Sue, I don't think you've ever been on here and listened to me before. Some of the rest of you have heard me say this. When I started reading for Veronica, and even before that, when I would have hundreds of souls follow me around to try to get through to their people. One of the things I asked Spirit was, what do I tell people when they ask about their relationship with those loved ones who have crossed over? And their answer of Spirit was, tell them that their relationships have not ended. They have merely transformed. And I'm quoting word for word what Spirit asked me to share. Okay. So please, Sue, know that your relationship with Carl has not ended. It has merely transformed. And it is far more difficult for you to go through this process of transformation than it is for Carl. Because you need to remember, Sue, that you and Carl existed for eternity before this life together. And so death, there is no death. The death we experience here in this life is not the end all. We didn't start with this life and then die and go to heaven. That's not how it works. We came from heaven. And then we experience this life together. So you and Carl experience this life together, pre-planned. Not everything was pre-planned, but you chose to come into this life together. And the exact time, moment of our birth and how, and the exact moment of our death and how, we choose, and we can change. So Carl, and only Carl, everybody's, oh, God didn't come and take you. I know we're taught that by Christianity. That's not true. You are an aspect of God. God is so ever present that you are an aspect of God, and you have been given by the grace of God free will. And part of that free will is for you to choose. So you should not blame yourself for Carl's passing, because Carl and only Carl's soul can choose when and how he passes. We all have to choose a way out of this world. We can't stay in this incarnated world forever. We all choose. Okay? So there's not a thing you could have done about it. Carl chose what Carl chose. And it's pointless for you to blame yourself, because it wasn't your choice. It was Carl's soul that chooses. So we have our egoic mind and our egoic identity, but then our soul that remains outside of our body, that remains on the other side during our entire incarnation, remains there as our higher self, observing us, and can always choose to change, but he chose not to change it. Okay, so he chose to pass when he passed. And your job is to love him and to love yourself. To know that although you might not be able to sense it and see it and hear him right now, that grief is in the way, he can hear you, feel you, and see you. It doesn't mean you don't have privacy. It means whenever you think of him, Sue, he's there. Whenever you speak to him, he can hear you. When you are sad and grieving and loving and missing him, he feels that. And he's present. And when you cry, when you get emotional, he is there in your aura. We often cry and get emotional when they're right there with us. He comes over to you all the time, and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he sits down beside you. And you'll often get emotional because you're feeling his electromagnetic energy in your electromagnetic energy. Okay. Does this make sense? So, guys, you have so many wonderful messages, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort through them tonight and just respond or like them so that you know that I've seen them, because I can't possibly get to all of them tonight, but this is a very important, and I needed to take this message. Alethea, is Sue getting this? Is this resonating? Is this helping? Let me know if this is resonating with her, please. This is very important. And Carl says, it's going to take a little time, and you can have as much time as you like. He's not going anywhere. Okay. And yes. So my parents have been married 55 years, and I can understand this. They're like this. They're completely inseparable. They're like one person. And there is no automatic solution, Sue, to not going through this pain of grief, because it is one of the reasons we come here, to be human. What that is a feeling of separateness. But have faith and know that you are as closer to him now than you ever were, because he now has access to understanding everything. When he went to the other side, he got to go through every experience he ever had in his life and feel and see it from everyone else's perspective, including yours. So, Sue, have peace in knowing he wants you to know that everything you ever tried to share and explain to him, he now understands. Every feeling and emotion that he didn't get while he was here in regards to you, he now understands. Okay. Hi, Susie. I'm about to message you about your drawings for my books and my cards. So it's so good to see you on here, Susie. I miss you. Thank you for popping up. So know this, Sue, to be true. Okay. Your union was truly blessed and is blessed. You are in the same spirit, family, and community with Carl. You have known each other for eternity, and you will know each other for eternity. This life was one bleep of experience that you chose to share. And although right now it feels like the end of everything, it's not. It was only a sweet little pit stop that you chose to share. And you will have lives together again. And you have had lives before. You've been through this already together, he wants you to know. Okay, there's a strong soul connection there. As the smoke starts to clear, and it'll take a while, you'll have another phase in about 3 months and another in a few more months after that. You'll start to be able to feel and resonate and recognize the feelings and emotions that you're getting as his presence. You'll start to be able to hear and feel him letting you know that he's present with you. Okay. You're going to start to get little signs and energy in the form of flowers and birds and song that let you know that he's present. All that is going on now, Sue, but right now the grief is too present for you to really feel it. Okay? Um just keep speaking to him, because the more you speak to him and share with him, he's just going to he's just steady Eddie there. He's going to be consistent. And he's going to wait until your smoke clears enough that you can start to sense him. Okay. And he loves you so, so, so much. He says you both chose, you agreed that he would go first. And you also had a partnership with Alethea, that she would be present. And she's going to continue to be a connector for you. Okay. I hope that this helps. Guys, unfortunately, I do have to go. I will be back at the same time next Wednesday. On Friday, I'm going to be on my page on Larkin Psychic Medium doing readings as well. And don't forget to watch that Meet Your Spirit Guides live I did that's pinned to the top. See if that's something you're interested in. It's a free event, but I only take 20 people. Okay. And I will have that posted also by Friday. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And don't forget, if you didn't get a reading today, Veronica has the most amazing readers on this page. And also my friends Susie and Tara, most amazing reader. Your readings will come at the perfect time. And I'll see you all again soon, okay? I love you all. Good night.